Pint and Click podcast. My name is Caleb.
And my name is Greg.
And we are going to talk about your favorite video games. So grab a pint of your favorite drink, find a nice, comfy chair, and remember, here at Vault Tech, we're building a better future underground.
Caleb, I got a little bit of a glisten to me to start this episode.
Ooh, yeah.
I don't know if my glistening energy comes through the microphone, but I did just go for a walk in what is 80-degree heat.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, a little bit of if I have a certain different energy as this episode, give it to the glisten. That's the credit where the credit is due.
Blame it on the glisten.
Blame it on the Don't blame it on the sunshine.
Now, Greg, I also just had a little event before we started recording. I decided
a stroke.
Yeah. No, I decided it would be nice if I made my because first off, let's start with the big news. This is the first episode in my little studio here in my house, which is cool. It's pretty echoey right now. I got to get some foam up to dampen that. But yeah, first episode in there. Gotta say, I like the scenery. I'm enjoying it. But this is a room that we have just kind of been moving a lot of stuff in and out of, and like it took a while to get set up. So, it smells fine, but like it didn't have like a great smell. So I thought, like, why not bring a candle in here? So Greg, I brought up both of these nuts.
Yes.
Which
is great news.
For the viewers, this is a banana nut bread and hazelnut vanilla scented candle.
It is both of those nuts.
It's both of these nuts, yeah. That's what it's called. So I decided I'd bring up both of these nuts and light that. And so I lit up both of these nuts, and then all of a sudden, both of these nuts started shooting at me. I just had these little specks of fire shooting off the candle. And like, in any other room, I could deal with it. In this room, it was just flying everywhere. And like, I just got this shit put together. I'm not getting ash stains everywhere,
That room is actually just lined with 100-year-old newspaper.
We have nothing but old-timey parchment in here. So, yeah, I had a little fire adventure before we started this little episode.
Well, I'm glad the house is still standing. I'm glad there is structural integrity still. But it does serve a good lesson. Caleb, I hope you do remember this lesson.
Be gentle with both of these nuts.
If you're going to wield the power, then you have to be ready for the blowback of both of these nuts.
That's true.
Yep.
That's true.
And now that we got that highbrow intro out of the way.
Yeah.
Caleb, last week, if you'll cast your memory back, you brought 10 games that were your most played games on Steam.
I did, yeah.
Well, Caleb, I'm nothing if not a thief, if not a criminal. Oh. So I actually have, in return, to return this volley, have brought for you my top 5 most played Xbox games.
Ooh,
this is
good.
I was hoping to turn the tables on you a little bit here and give you the chance to figure out which 5 games I've played the most of.
Okay, this is good. Are we diving into this now?
Let's dive right into it.
All right. Oh geez. Okay, so this is your most played Xbox games. Here's the thing. I know what games you play. I know what games you play a lot of. The hard thing for me is remembering if you've played them on your Steam Deck or on your Xbox.
So what I will say is none of the games on my Steam Deck come anywhere close to the top 5 on my Xbox. Because I've had Xbox since the 360.
That's true.
It's been my kind of main console. I would say that 3 of these are pretty obvious. Maybe even the 4th one being pretty obvious, but the 5th one is a wild card.
Okay. All right, I'm into this. All right, I'm going to go right off the bat and say Halo.
Do you want to get more specific?
Oh, geez, I can. Oh man. See, I'm not quite familiar with the Halo games. I'm gonna say Halo. Let's say Reach. Halo Reach.
Halo Reach is not. There is a Halo game though.
Okay.
Okay.
It.
I will tell you that Reach is one of the. I mean, I've played I think all of the first-person shooter Halos, but there's one Halo game in particular that is not the Master Chief Collection because that would be kind of cheating, I think.
Okay.
That has seen the lion's share of my time.
Okay. Oh man. Oh, I'll tell you what. I'm gonna move away from Halo for a minute.
Okay.
I'll come back to that one. I'm gonna guess. Is Grand Theft Auto 5 on there?
Grand Theft Auto 5 is atop the list, and there's nothing particularly close. This is a shameful number that I am looking at right now. 328 hours in Grand Theft Auto 5.
Yeah.
Between campaign and online play in 3 generations of consoles at this point. So, just a shameful number. It's really made me question my life decisions seeing this number.
So, I'm sorry, wait, so what place was this?
Top of the list.
Really? Okay.
Number 1 most played video game.
That's I'm not gonna lie, Greg. That's kind of surprising to me. I didn't realize you. I know in your older days, you were quite the GTA player, but I didn't know it would still to this day top the old charts.
Well, I think a lot of the play was done when I was in high school. To be fair,
right.
Because I used to have a group of friends where we would play GTA 5 a lot, but that would be also. I mean, I definitely in more recent years have had kind of moments in my life where I've gone and played a lot of online just solo too. So no, I'm a complete and utter normie that has put 328 hours into GTA 5.
Wow. Okay, so I'm going to go back to Halo now. Here's the thing. I don't know all of the Halo games. I know that Halo has a couple games where there's a number in front of the title. So I'm going to say, Greg, is it Halo 2?
No, it is not Halo 2.
Okay.
Now, Caleb, I will say I'm not gonna shame you. You're gonna feel silly, but I think once you get this, it will be very a little bit obvious, I think.
Halo Infinite?
Yes.
There we go.
Halo Infinite, the most recent iteration of Halo.
Okay.
That one is third on the list, smack in the middle of our top 5 here, with 104 hours.
See, what did it for me was I was trying to think, like, would it be a modern Halo, or would it be like a Halo that you might have played when you were younger or something with friends? That's what it was. That's what was doing it for
actually never played Halo before. Like, I mean, I dabbled a little bit, but like most of my Halo time came like after 2020 and later, because that was when I played all of the campaigns and all that. I did play Reach before that, but no, majority of my Halo is much more recent.
Wow. Greg, I'm gonna go for the wild card, I think.
Okay.
Can't remember what the game's called. Is it Grand Funk Railroad?
Pardon me?
You know what I said? Grand Funk Railroad.
Are you?
Is it Oh man, what's the game called?
You thinking of Sunset Overdrive?
Yes.
Yeah, no, it is not on this list. I do talk a lot about it.
You do, yeah. Actually, well, okay, I'll be honest. That's not what I was thinking of, but when you said
cheated.
that... Well, wait. When you said that, that's... I'm pretty sure that's the one that you actually played.
Yeah.
And so...
You're thinking of Jet Set Radio.
I was thinking of Jet Set Radio,
yes.
Yeah. Grand Funk Railroad, as they call it.
No. Yeah, its nickname.
Yeah. Really? Okay. So if neither of those are on the list, I am going to say... I just got to guess, and I couldn't give you I can give you a number if you require one, but I'm just gonna guess MLB.
Caleb, I will take that because it would be a little silly to not take that. MLB The Show 21, I believe the first of the show series to hit the Xbox, as it used to be PlayStation exclusive. but it is 5th on the list with 91 hours.
Wow, yeah.
So I think that
was
was
that the
one,
wild card?
No, that was the one that was like, it's not super
okay.
hard to guess because I'm a baseball boy. I'm a baseball boy and gaming. So I figured that one would be one that you would figure out pretty about as quickly. I actually had a timer going, and it was exactly as quickly as I thought you would figure it out.
Okay, yeah.
Yes, of course. So we have 2 more games. You've guessed the top spot, the 3rd spot, and the 5th spot. So for those keeping score at home, you have both the 2nd and 4th spots still open.
Oh, man. Man, what have you played a lot of?
I will say the number 2 spot is drastically closer to the 104 hours of Halo Infinite than it is to the 328 hours of Grand Theft Auto 5.
Interesting.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, here's what I'm gonna say. All right, I'm gonna take a wild guess here on because I don't know. Listen, I'm not sure if you were one of those kids. You know, a bad kid, as they call them. I'm gonna say, Greg, were you living it up on Tony Hawk's Pro Skater?
I was not, Caleb.
Okay, all right. Hey, you got to throw out that gas, you know.
So I will tell you that both of the remaining games, to give you a little bit of a time frame hint here, are newer than 2017.
Okay. Now, Greg, I just want to throw this out there, okay? I know you just clarified, but
hold on. So one of them is from 2016, but it has a lot of staying power. It is not like a game that dropped in 2016, and it has received constant support and still has a very active fan base today.
Interesting. Okay. Now, see, before you clarify it, I was gonna say, if at the end of this you reveal that you have like 900 hours in Lemmings, I'm going to leave this podcast.
No, that is not. You're not going to get anything that crazy, I don't think.
Yeah, that's your number 10.
Yep, Lemmings is actually. Well, actually, I never played Lemmings on an Xbox console. We can't be sure how many hours of Lemmings I've played.
Yeah, maybe it is the highest.
Maybe it is. I don't think so.
Could be though,
but it could be.
There's always a chance. Possibility's never zero.
I can't disprove it. Is the thing. Yeah.
Okay, so game from 2016. Oh god, I'm trying to think what came out in 2016. All right, I'm gonna throw one out here. God of War.
God of War being PlayStation titles.
Oh my god, you're right. Shit, I completely forgot.
I will say, this number 2 game.
Yeah,
it's your jam.
It's my jam. It's my jam. You know, Greg, I sell jams.
You do.
Is it Stardew Valley?
My number 2 game is Stardew Valley.
Yeah.
114 hours.
I took the hint.
Mm-hmm. You did.
Nice.
You did take the hint. Now, Caleb, you've guessed the 4 games that I thought would be pretty attainable for you to guess. I think all of those make a pretty good amount of sense. So the number 4 game on my list here is going to be it's going to be a challenge in some ways, I think.
Okay, I'm into this.
Okay.
I'm into this. Let me see here. You said it's a newer game than 2016?
This game is newer than even 2017, I will say.
Newer than 2017. Okay. All right, and it's an Xbox title. Let's see here. Oh, man. You know, I'm not gonna lie, Greg. You're throwing me for a loop. I gotta say, is it Worms WMD?
It is not.
Why not?
Why isn't it? Why is it not that game? It should be that game.
It should be Worms.
Now, Caleb, I will at this point offer a hint for you to accept or decline.
I will graciously accept this hint.
This game is more like MLB The Show than any of the other games on this list.
Interesting. Is it MLB The Performance?
It is not.
Okay. Let's see. More like MLB. See, I'm trying to think like what other. Oh, is it NBA?
I'm surprised that there isn't an NBA game on this list because I used to be a yearly NBA 2K player, but it is not. I will say,
Interesting.
You're in the right vein. You're headed in the right direction.
Okay. Really, that's wild to me because I feel like next I want to say, is it a Madden?
It is not a Madden.
Okay. So
it is a 2K franchise, I will say.
Really? Okay. I can tell you right now, it's probably not NHL.
Nope.
So a 2K franchise. Oh man. 2K franchise. Ooh, this is a tough one.
It is very tough. It is. I will say I would permit Googling what games 2K makes and what sports games 2K makes.
No, I can't do that. I refuse. Is it 2K Fishing 23?
It is not. It is not. This game is fourth on the list with 101 hours, I will say. So it's only a couple of hours behind Halo Infinite. It's
now, wait.
a yearly release title from 2K Sports.
Let me ask you this question.
Okay.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Do you currently still play it a lot?
I do not.
Oh, see that? Okay, that changes things.
It does.
It was a yearly 2K release. Interesting. Oh man, were the UFC games 2K?
I believe they are EA Sports games.
Oh yeah, okay.
But that's very warm, Caleb, I will say.
Really?
Super.
Is it a WWE game?
It is, Caleb.
Wow.
Number 4 on my list is WWE 2K19 with 101 hours.
2K19. God, you love The Rock, huh? Playing Dwayne Johnson.
I actually do Hobbs and Shaw, not cosplay, but like role playing in the 2K games. That's the whole reason I get into
Why are you
them.
bringing Calvin and Hobbes into this? What are you talking about?
We all know that in the live action version of Calvin and Hobbes, The Rock is going to play Hobbs.
Of course,
Of course. So, Caleb, that's my top 5 list.
Calvin will be Steve Buscemi.
That is a cast. That is a cast right there.
Yeah, that's good.
Wow.
Greg, I gotta tell you, the list, not what I expected. That's a good list. That is a rounded list.
It's very rounded.
Yeah.
Yep. Closely behind in 6th place is Fortnite. No, I'm kidding.
Yeah. It'll be cool though. We'll have to meet up again.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I say meet up as if we're not gonna do the podcast, but I mean, we'll have to bring it again. In like towards the end of December when like PlayStation does their like Wrapped, and we should see what our top most played games are of the year.
Yeah, for sure.
That'd be cool because this year I feel like this year's been nuts with games. So I couldn't even tell you what's probably on that list.
Yeah, the problem for me is a lot of the my playtime is spread out a lot more. So like I've got to check basically between 3 consoles.
Yep.
I don't think anyone's gonna top Tears of the Kingdom this year, but maybe. We got Starfield coming. Who knows?
Yeah. I haven't put a lot of hours into that game, honestly. But for myself, I'm thinking man, probably in the lead right now is
Hogwarts Legacy.
I was actually gonna say, honestly, it might be either Hogwarts Legacy or Jedi Survivor. I really buckled down and played the shit out of those when they came out.
Right.
So, yeah, probably one of those two.
Now, Caleb, do you mind if since I just talked about Starfield, I actually have a couple of fan theories here.
Oh, yeah, go for it.
I wanted to take you through a trip of the deep, dark underbelly of Bethesda fan theories.
Okay.
So I've got 2 different ones for you this week that are 2 different attempts to connect very, very unconnected dots.
All right.
So, after one of the Starfield trailers that released 2 years ago, Reddit user Fair Industry 7328 posted a picture to the Elder Scrolls subreddit that showed a logo or something on the side of a spaceship console, and then they tried to claim that it looked like the shape of a landmass in the Elder Scrolls universe called High Rock and Hammerfall. I'm going to work on sending you the picture, and hopefully we'll post this a couple of places so people can see it. For the episode, and I want you to tell me, Caleb, if this looks like the land mass to you. Sorry, I got like real distracted trying to send stuff. It's hard to multitask. So I've sent you the picture, and I want your expert analysis, Caleb.
All right, I'm pulling it up.
Fair Industry 7328 thinks that this little symbol / logo / artifact maybe is a nod to the setting of Elder Scrolls 6. So they think that Elder Scrolls 6 is going to be taking place in High Rock and Hammerfall because of this in a Starfield trailer 2 years ago. Are you buying it?
That is interesting. I don't know. It does kind of look now, Greg. Listen, I'm going to correct you so the internet doesn't. Hammerfell. Thank you very much.
Shut up.
Honestly though, it does kind of look like it. I don't think. Well, okay. See, the thing that I would wonder is like, has Bethesda done this before, where they've like teased things like that in manners like that? And that's a genuine question, because I don't know if they have. If that's something that like, you wouldn't put it past Bethesda to do, then like, yeah, they could be teasing something there.
Caleb, I would put nothing past Todd.
That's true. Oh man, maybe it's just Todd.
Oh, that's a little picture of Todd, you think?
Yeah, if you look at it at the right angle, it kind of looks like Todd holding a little basket or perhaps a net of some sort. Maybe he's going smelting.
Todd on the river.
Todd, River Todd.
River Todd, we call him.
Yeah, I don't know. That's a questionable one. I'm going to be honest with you. Oh, wait a minute.
Oh, Caleb's cracked the code.
Greg, no way. I just don't see it. I don't know. I guess I'm just confused. What are they saying? Like, what part of the map is supposed to look like that?
Yeah, no, I really don't see. I see like the most, like, if I'm being as generous as I can be, I can see a touch of resemblance between the two.
Yeah, but for me, especially, it's just that very top part for me that I can see any kind of resemblance. I don't know. I think it's being a little generous to say, like, that's 100% a leak. But if people are just kind of, like, asking about it, I would say, like, listen, keep an eye on it, Like, it might be something. Might just be Todd with a net, though.
Yeah, I think it's Todd with a net.
I do think it's Todd with a net, yeah.
So, Caleb, that brings us to our second fan theory about Starfield.
Okay.
This took place 5 years ago on the Starfield subreddit, where the user by the name FattyDude66 posted a thread titled, "My Theory That Starfield is in the Elder Scrolls Universe."
Okay, now hang on. Before we go with this, I just want to say, I'm not a big fan of games that are supposedly like cross-universe.
So, you heard it here first. Caleb isn't a big fan of games.
I'm not a big fan of games. I don't like most of
Hates
them. Hate them. So I'm gonna listen to this theory, but I want you to know, like, if this was a show where one person believes in the theory and one person doesn't, I'm 100% the one that doesn't in this situation.
You're staking your claim now.
Yeah. So, all right, let me hear it.
Okay. Oh, Caleb, actually, before I read this to you, I'm going to send you another image that connects to the first one, just for your own little benefit, and we'll circle back.
Okay.
So the post by my dear friend FattyDude66, read as follows. In the Elder Scrolls, there are these things called dragon breaks, where multiple timelines are created and are later reconciled into one. After the Middle Dawn dragon break, in a book entitled Where Were You When the Dragon Broke?, Corax of the Elder Council wrote, according to Hestra, Cyrodiil,
Cyrodiil, yeah.
Thank you, became an empire across the stars. If this is true, it could be the premise of Starfield. Maybe when the timelines reconciled, the empire shattered and many of these planets kept their technology. The Nern did not. Caleb, I ask you, did Fatty Dude 66 break the code?
No, I hope not. At least, listen. I'm gonna say it right now, okay? If I play Starfield and I run into a fucking Khajiit on the moon, I'm gonna be super angry. All right.
Khajiit on the Moon is actually my favorite rap song.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I think. Caleb, you don't.
Oh my god, but Greg, it's all linked because the drug that they make, skooma, is made from moon sugar.
What?
The drug skooma, they make it out of moon sugar in Skyrim. That's what the Khajiits make. It's all linked, Greg. They get it from the moon.
God, Caleb,
they take a spaceship up there. Oh,
you're confirming the theory.
Oh my god, I can't even help it. I guess I've got that Todd mind, you know?
Mm-hmm.
I'm cracking all the codes now.
You've become one with Todd.
Yeah. No, listen, I hope that's not the case. I don't want to see a Khajiit on the moon. I don't want to see an orc running around on Mars, all right? Whatever the case is, I hope that Todd hears this and changes his mind immediately. A game that's already in production and almost done.
So far beyond any sort of like trouble or like pre-production or production. It would be like just so far beyond making changes at this point.
Todd's gonna hear this and be like, "Shit, guys, we gotta rethink this." So, hey, Greg, I'm glad that we're making a change.
Yep, I'm glad that we're helping Starfield.
Yeah.
So, Caleb, I sent you that second image. Does that persuade you at all?
No, not even slightly. I think the second one is worse than the first, if I'm being honest.
Well,
like, okay, because I get that it's pointing to like the little almost island offshoot thing, and like, I guess here's the thing. In theory, yes, I see what they're saying. It could be that they're doing a little tease of it. I get it. But I don't know. I'm not convinced. To me, it looks like something. It definitely looks like something. I don't know if they're teasing Elder Scrolls 6 or if maybe they're just
slipped in something like borderline phallic.
Wait, what?
Excuse me? It's got a little bit of a dangly aspect
to
it.
You're right. It's a little phallic. Yeah. I wouldn't let my kids look at it.
No, me either. Yeah. I wouldn't let your kids look at it.
I would let yours go, yeah. Yeah, I don't know. It's something. It could be something too. I don't necessarily know that it's confirming the location. I don't know. But Greg, with that being said, like, and I know you're probably not the biggest Elder Scrolls fan here, but like, do you have any thoughts on where like the game, where you would like to see the game, take place?
Now, Caleb, I'm glad you asked this question.
Yeah.
Because I'm offended that you said I'm not the biggest Elder Scrolls fan here.
Oh.
Because I very much am, actually.
Sounds like you're typing heavily on that keyboard.
I don't know what you're talking
something?
about.
Okay.
I have no clue what you're talking about, Caleb.
Because, I remember last time I asked this question about a planet, Wikipedia told you a lot. Oh.
If I were to personally ask for a location for the next Elder Scrolls game, I think it would have to be Shadowfen, honestly.
Okay.
I think there's a lot of space in that map to explore.
Nice.
And especially if we're finally going to get playable Zelda, I think that would be really good to have a nice big map.
Oh, there you go. All right. I think it would be cool to see the game go to like elsewhere. I think that would be cool, which is the actual name of the homeland of the Khajiits. It's elsewhere.
I can confirm, but they spelt it wrong.
Yeah, they're not from here. They're from elsewhere.
You got him.
I got him. But yeah, that's the name.
Oh, you got him so good.
I think it'd be cool to see something like that. But just don't put them on the moon. I don't want it. I don't want those Khajiits on the moon.
Now, Caleb, my question is, are you at all worried about the were-lions in elsewhere?
No.
They are just a vile presence.
Well, you said it yourself. They're just a vile presence, man.
I would really not like to have to take them on.
Yeah. Well, this has been a good Wikipedia section.
Yeah, you know, it's like there are three things that are certain in life: death, taxes, and Greg's gonna look some stuff up on Wikipedia.
I'm gonna find out after this episode that you're actually not on Wikipedia and you just beautiful-minded the shit out of this Elder Scrolls conversation.
I actually got a brain chip that is just Elder Scrolls knowledge.
Yeah.
Yeah. Now, Caleb.
Yeah.
Here's my problem, my conundrum. I want to hit you with.
Okay.
If you'll lend an ear.
Hit me.
I've been in a little bit of a video game rut as of late. I've bounced off of everything I've tried to play. I've spent more time trying to find a new game to play than I have actually playing games. Have you experienced anything similar of late?
Dude, I've been in the exact same rut.
Yeah, it's tough.
I wanted to play a game the other night, and I was on the PlayStation Store just like browsing games, and I looked down at my phone and I had spent like probably around a half hour just browsing games and finding nothing that I wanted to play. So yeah, I'm right there with you.
My new strategy and that I'm adopting is basically can be summarized as just pick one. And I'll either pick one based on the visual of the cover, or I'm just gonna start putting them into a randomizer and randomizing away, and then playing until I don't want to play it anymore.
Yeah,
I figure I think part of my problem is choice paralysis, where I've just got too many choices of what to play. That it takes very little for me to bounce off of wanting to play a specific game, because I'm like, oh, well, no, what about this one? There's got to be a better game to play, you know?
Yeah.
So it's tough. You really got to, being the preeminent video game podcasters that we are, I really need to develop some coping strategies so I can play video games for my hobby.
Yeah,
it's really a tough position to be in.
Yeah. I've been playing a little bit of Fallout 3, because I was on a New Vegas kick a little while ago, and we did the whole episode where I talked about like the mods I was playing with, and yeah, before I was browsing games on the PlayStation, I was on my PC, and I decided like I haven't really like Fallout 3. I put a ton of hours into when I was a lot younger. But it was the kind of game where like I was younger and I didn't really understand like what to do for certain parts. So like I did some quests, but I also just like messed around and wandered around the map and stuff. So it's probably the game that I know the least about the story. So I decided to get in a little bit this week and try to put in some hours on Fallout 3. And I tell you what. There are two mods that are mandatory for me to want to play it again, and that is an aiming down the sights mod, because I tell you what, Call of Duty and Battlefield have programmed me. I no longer want to fire from the hip. I like aiming down sights. So I have a mod to fix that, and then I also have a mod that adds a sprint feature like in Fallout 4, because man, the walking pace that your character has is just brutal. So, so I've recently dived into that again, and I gotta say I'm having a good time with that.
That's fun. I've bounced in and out of Fallout 3 a fair amount.
Yeah.
I would like it's interesting. I think it looks remarkably good on the Xbox Series S. like better than I would expect a Xbox 360 era game to look.
Oh yeah.
And those are always fascinating to me because I think another one that's kind of like that is Crysis.
Okay, yeah.
I mean, the Cry engine was like, from what I know, very renowned for being ahead of its time in that way.
Yeah.
So like it's almost like some games like Fallout 3 and Crysis are just now finding consoles that are good enough to push them to their maximum resolution, and they're still seeing the benefits of the heart of the software, and they're looking really good.
Yeah. Another one too, just to throw one out there. Red Dead 1 still looks really good for being super old.
That's one that I would put more in the category of it holding up well, though.
Yeah, that's true.
It does. Like, I went back and played it after I played Red Dead Redemption 2, and I was surprised by how good it looked. I mean, if you want to take Grand Theft Auto 4 and Red Dead Redemption and put them side by side as far as which one still looks better, it's easily Red Dead, I think.
Yeah, absolutely.
And I mean, what did Red Dead come out after Grand Theft Auto 4? I can't remember.
I believe so. I think Red Dead would have been around 2011.
May
2010.
May 21st, 2010.
2010
versus Grand Theft Auto 4's 2008. So I mean, that's 2 years. That does make sense that it would be better, but still, it is a good looking game.
Yeah.
Affected a little bit by, you do kind of have to get used to some jankiness in the controls, I will say.
Oh yeah. But, you know, I think it's funny because I feel like in 10 years from now, we're going to go back to like Red Dead 2 and we're going to look at that and be like, God, that game was janky as fuck.
I can't imagine it will be to the same extent, though.
No, I don't think it'll be to the same extent.
I think it's kind of a Bungie kind of effect, like, and not the game developer, like a Bungie cord. You know, like as you pull like further back in game history, controls just weren't, there wasn't as much theory around what makes good controls.
Right.
And sure, controls are going to keep getting better, but I feel like there's a time around the early to mid 2010s, more to the mid 2010s, where it really feels like they kind of figured out something. I don't know. I'm not an expert. I'm kind of talking out my ass here, but it seems like they figured out a little bit more of like how to refine controls in ways that don't feel as janky.
Yeah, absolutely.
Even in retrospect.
Yeah.
And I don't know what that is. Maybe I will write my PhD dissertation on that someday. But for now, I'm just left throwing haphazard theories at the wall.
You know, on a different note, I have kind of been thinking about dipping my sweet little toesies into System Shock.
The new like remake?
Yeah.
You got to let me know how that is if you do, because I've been really interested in that for years. I've been kind of like, interesting, but I don't want to drop the money for it.
Yeah, well, so looking back on it, it's stupid not to realize it. I had no clue that was made by the dudes that did BioShock.
Yeah,
absolutely no clue.
I don't even know if I was completely aware of that. I just knew that it was very influential for BioShock.
Oh, gotcha. Oh, is that what it was? Maybe that's the
you
case.
might
Maybe
be right.
It wasn't made.
I can't fully remember.
I don't fucking know. I just know, all I know is, it was something about BioShock and this being like the predecessor, I guess. After hearing that, I'm more intrigued about it. But I don't know. On one hand, I want to dip into it, and on the other hand, there are some things that like I'm looking at screenshots of it, and like there's some things that just, I don't know, they don't sit well with me. You know?
Yeah, that's the thing that's been holding me back. Is it falls in that genre of like life simulator, not life simulator. What do they call those? It's like Thief. video game. Sorry, I'm Googling. Immersive
you're
sims,
fine.
I think, is what they call it. Where it's like things are meant to be super, like the systems really react how they should in real life. That kind of game, like Deus Ex is another example of that.
Yeah.
And those kind of immersive sim games are incredibly intriguing to me, but I always find that the concept is cooler than the application of it for me. Whenever I play a game like that, I'm just like, yeah, this really isn't it for me.
Yeah.
I will update you very quickly that Ken Levine is the creator of BioShock, and he also worked on System Shock 2.
Gotcha.
So there is a connection there.
Nice. Yeah. I don't know. It both seems like a game I would enjoy and also seems like a game I would hate. So I don't know.
Yeah, that's what's been keeping me away from it.
Yeah, I'll definitely let you know if I dip my sweet little toesies in there.
That's not the turn of phrase, Caleb.
Oh,
you're adding something.
Dip my small toesies?
I don't think you have to have an adjective. Wait, no.
No.
What's an adjective? Ah, my God, I'm failing basic English right now. Yeah, an adjective's a descriptive word.
Yeah. You're talking about toesies.
Ken Levine's next game is a little game called Judas, Caleb. I think you've seen the trailer for this. Maybe not.
Oh, wait a minute. Hang on. That sounds really familiar. It
was announced either last year or the year before. And I'm really excited about it because it's from the creator of BioShock. So hopefully when that comes out, it's just as good as can be.
Oh, yeah. I have seen this. Yeah, this looks very BioShock. I think I added this to my wish list already.
Yeah, me too.
That's what I'm looking at.
I'm really excited about that one. I think it could be really cool.
Well, and I don't know. I haven't given it a fair shot, so I should probably not say anything about it. But I don't know. I still kind of feel like oh shit, what's it called? I just had it and now I lost it. Atomic Heart. I still kind of feel like that didn't quite live up to my BioShock hope, So yeah, I'm
really the only thing I only played an hour before I said no thank you, no more please.
Yeah.
Daddy, make it stop. But what I thought was that the only thing about Atomic Heart that made it BioShock like is the setting and the atmosphere.
Right.
Dialogue was god awful.
Your character's such a whiny bitch.
Yeah, it's
miserable.
And the other characters are just not good. They're not well written.
Yeah.
And the gameplay didn't feel good. It didn't feel like BioShock. So that game, I think, wanted you to be like, hey, look, we are BioShock, come play. And then it was almost like they would have been better off trying to just not make a comparison to a universally beloved game. Because they were only setting themselves up for failure.
Yeah. Well, and was Atomic Heart an indie game?
Atomic Heart, I think, is one of those that kind of falls into AA, not exactly like indie, but not a AAA game either. I think.
Gotcha.
Let's look here. We've got a bunch of names. Focus Entertainment was the publisher, so that's not a huge name.
Yeah.
I can't even think of who developed it. But anyway, it also had kind of a bad rap for or some controversy over its links to Russia and some of the ways some characters were depicted in that game. So
that's fun.
That was not entirely.
No.
There was I'm riffing here, and we might have even I feel like I might have prepared a podcast topic for it in the early days and never brought it.
Yeah.
But the robots in this game they have this blonde hair that is in this very like it's got like a braid that's shaped like a crown over the top of the head.
Okay.
And that braid, that hairstyle is very distinct for being one of like Ukraine's political, one of the women that's very high up in politics in Ukraine has like that hairstyle, and it's like not a very regular hairstyle. So it's like, oh, so this is kind of a weird a thing to do, you know. It almost seems like they're directly calling her out, you know.
Yeah, that's interesting. I don't. I overall I prefer my games without politics, but you know.
Well, and it's interesting because then there are games like Far Cry 5 that like get up as close to the line, and Ubisoft is known for doing this. Get as close to the line to saying something not even political, but just saying something about the state of affairs in politics or in greater America as shaped by politics. Yeah. But then immediately back off and do like the most generic, like, no, we're not saying anything. Please buy our game, even if we could be potentially pushing towards, saying something that you don't agree with. And it's like, it's the most like hollow storytelling imaginable, I feel like.
Yeah, definitely.
But yeah, anyways, don't play Atomic Heart is what I will say. Just don't play
Don't even do it. Yeah. It's kind of a bummer too. Like I remember seeing things like trailers and stuff for that game and thinking like, oh my god, we're getting a brand new BioShock experience, and like I'm still waiting for it. It's not here.
It makes you wonder when a new BioShock game is going to come out. They can't be done with that series.
Yeah, I mean, it would be tough to do a BioShock game and set it in like Rapture or something, because like it's already over. You know, they did Rapture twice, and then they did Columbia in the Sky for Infinite, and like I guess we could get a new BioShock, but it's still gonna be like, I mean, honestly, they could probably take what they're making right now and slap the BioShock name on it, and it would probably work fine.
Yeah.
You know?
Also, I mean, the creator is gone from that company. So,
oh, yeah.
I mean, maybe Judas is just the next BioShock game in that it's, it's not called BioShock, but it's going to be the spiritual successor, as they say.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway. Kale, we don't do this a lot on the podcast, but I wanted to bring an album recommendation.
Oh my goodness!
Yeah,
all right.
A little
Biggie Smalls.
Biggie Smalls. Welcome to paradise.
Welcome to the podcast, Biggie Smalls.
Wow, I can't believe we got Biggie Smalls.
Can't believe we got him.
That's wild.
Yeah.
No, I want to recommend an album older than anything Biggie Smalls has produced.
Oh my goodness.
This is a little album called Ocean Breeze by an artist called Masayoshi Takanaka.
Oh, yes.
Yep.
Bringing up the Yoshmeister.
I've been back on my Japanese jazz / city pop or whatever you want to call it.
Oh, dude, I've been listening to city pop nonstop this week.
Yeah, so I've been on a little bit of a kick, and on my walk today, actually, I was listening to the first couple of tracks off of Ocean Breeze, and that guy just knows how to lay down a guitar riff that makes you want to be like strolling on the beach with your sunglasses on.
Now, Greg, can I recommend a show to go with the music recommendation?
Cale, this is exactly what I need you to do right now.
I don't know if you've seen it either, Greg. I've just started it. I want to make it clear. I'm only like one episode in right now. It is on my list to watch more of because I do like it from what I've seen. But Greg, if you want an old school, not a new one, an old school anime, like I'm talking like 90s, the classic Cowboy Bebop art style anime, that is all about city pop and like the good late night Japanese city feels, check out City Hunter. It is on City Hunter. It's on. I'm trying to think. It's on like Crunchyroll, I think. It's all subbed. They don't have a dub of it. It never got dubbed.
Hill, you're a dub. Sorry.
Oh, thank you.
Sorry, my fight or flight took over there.
But yeah, it never got dubbed. It's all subbed. But I highly recommend watching it. From the first episode, I love it. I was in love on episode 1. It has that same really old like 80s, 90s art style of like Cowboy Bebop and just like classic retro anime. Which that's my favorite art style, probably just in general. I love the 90s anime where like everything looks realistic without being too like over the top. But it's good. So yeah, check out City Hunter. All about city pop and honestly, actually to bring this all back to video games, the show is actually somewhat like Cyberpunk.
Interesting.
The main character, Ryo Saiba. I hope I pronounced that right. He gets like he's a mercenary pretty much. He's a gun for hire. And he gets all of his jobs from fixers and stuff. Just like in Cyberpunk. And so honestly, if you watch the show, listen to the music, and play some Cyberpunk, it's a real good
the
combination.
Whole experience.
Yep.
Yeah.
So that's the official point and click recommendation right there.
I'll have to check out an episode or two. It sounds interesting.
I recommend it.
Yeah.
It's a good time.
Now, Caleb, before we take this one out today, unless you have anything you would like to discuss.
No.
I have just one more thing then that I want to ask you.
Yeah.
Have you heard about the new Pokemon Go Plus Plus?
No, I haven't.
This is a little Pokeball-shaped device that you purchase, and it works with 2 apps. One being the Pokemon Go app. You can catch Pokemon without your phone being out. And basically the center button is like, the button of a Pokeball.
Okay.
But the other one it works with is the new Pokemon Sleep app.
Pokemon Sleep?
Pokemon Sleep, correct, Caleb. It is it's a sleep tracking app, and it's going to help you get better sleep and learn about your sleeping habits.
Wow.
And there are certain things like it will tell you what kind of Pokemon you slept like.
Okay.
I'm trying to see if I can find any. Oh, they have Pokemon sleep styles. Pikachu is known for his curled up sleeping.
Wow.
Raichu sticks his tail in the ground. It's grounded tail sleep. Get it? Because it's electricity.
Wow.
Metapod. Do you have any guesses on what this cocoon-shaped Pokemon sleep is called? Because I don't think you're going to get it.
I have none. No.
Hardened sleep.
Oh, God, I'm hard in sleep every night. What are you talking about?
Oh, my gosh.
Oh,
now, Caleb,
man.
who is the mascot for Pokemon Sleep? I want you to take one guess.
Snorlax.
You better believe it is.
Yeah.
Yeah, how could it not be?
Yep. Another good choice, though, would have been Jigglypuff, because she puts you to sleep with her song.
That is a good one.
Yeah.
What was the Jigglypuff bit from earlier in the podcast? Not this episode, but a different one. Jiggly Chew. Remember?
Oh, yeah.
Yep. Anyways.
Now, Greg, can we get this app, but can we somehow link it to each other's phones so I get notifications? Greg is sleeping like a Snorlax.
Man, lately I've been sleeping like not a Snorlax.
Greg, I just want to check in with you because lately you've been sleeping like a Meowth, so I just want to make sure there's no problems.
You're not like... Didn't Meowth steal stuff? I don't know.
Anyways. Yeah, he was a cat.
Yeah, cat steal.
Yeah, he was a cartoon dog.
Before we wrap this up, Caleb, I want to ask you. This is very important. I'm going quickly because we're reaching our time limit here. No, I'm kidding. How much do you think this thing goes for?
$60.
The Pokemon Go Plus Plus.
I'm saying 60.
60.
Yeah, price of a game.
Interesting, because it's $54.99.
Wow. Okay.
For your little plastic disc with a center button.
I knew it would be more than I want to pay. So, yeah. Want was the wrong word there, too. More than I'm willing to pay. Yeah.
More than Caleb will ever pay.
Yeah.
Now, I recently deleted the Pokemon Go app off of my phone.
Really?
It was always tracking my location.
You're putting it behind you.
I'm like, there's no need for you to always be tracking my location.
Yeah.
If I don't have the app open, don't track it.
Yeah.
Anyways.
Yeah.
That's my privacy rant for the week.
Nice.
And with that, I think we're ready to ship this one off. Ship this one down the farm.
All right. Well, hey, if you enjoyed this episode, maybe give it a like. Maybe share it with a friend. The only way you're gonna get more episodes is if you help us help you.
Yep,
that's
we
what we're saying here.
A new rule where if you didn't share the episode with a friend, you're gonna be gated out of the next episode.
We're putting a lock on it. No, thank you, sir.
No, thank you.
So do your duties here. Help us out. We'll help you out by putting out that sweet, sweet content you love. Talking about Greg's Piggly Wigglies only on this podcast. Absolutely. You're not going to hear that anywhere else.
Well, hold on, Caleb.
Yeah.
There was one episode of Joe Rogan's podcast
where he talked about your Piggly Wigglies?
Yes, and I've got a grand sum of money for that episode. That bankrolled a year of food for me because I granted Joe permission.
Joe, you can talk about the Piggly Wigglies once, but only once, man. Come on.
Yeah. I've seen that Joe's got that $10 million Spotify paycheck.
Yeah,
he can shell a couple thousand over for my for discussion of my.
You got to pay for those Piggly Wigglies. You're not getting those for free. Oh man.
Yeah, and there's this feature on Spotify that I just learned about, where it'll ask you what you thought of the episode. Mm-hmm. So if you're listening on Spotify, tell us what you thought about the episode. I don't know if I'll ever see it. I don't know if Spotify will grant me the right to see it, but I'd love to try.
Yeah. Let us know your thoughts. If you got complaints, we have an email now.
Oh, hold on, Caleb. I don't like the way you staged that one up. Yes, greg@pintandclick.com is the email address. I want to know what you thought about Ocean Breeze, the album. If you're buying the Pokemon Go plus,
tell us how you're sleeping.
Awful name. Tell us what Pokemon you're sleeping like.
Yeah.
And don't forget, there is a website where we have just a nice little collection of information about your two favorite podcasting boys. That is pintandclick.com. A bouquet, if you will. A bouquet of information.
Yeah. So make sure you check that out. We thank you for your time.
Yep, and adios.
Bye-bye.